clink of the champagne glass, showing off of brand new artwork on bikes, and plenty of celebration for those who've been involved. Jumbo-Visma made their Tour debuts in 1984. This was their first victory. Celebrations just behind them for Team Jumbo-Visma. Wout van Aert not deciding to contest the sprint this year. Then, at the top of the Telegraph, it all kicked off. Jumbo-Visma launching a huge attack. Van Aert already up the road with Laporte, ready to contribute. Primož Roglic and Jonas Vingegaard going at Tadej Pogačar like it was the 1950s. Coppi Bartali, riders on their own almost. Epic stuff, still with almost 60 k's to go. Behind though, you couldn't take your eyes off it. Primož Roglic was at it again. Pogačar tried to defend from the front, and you were left wondering if he'd be left to pay for the efforts. Geraint Thomas was reacting well. Nairo Quintana was there or thereabouts, as was Bardet, but Quintana's teammate Warren Barguil would take the Souvenir Henri Desgrange for the highest point of the Tour. Kuss wouldn't last long, and it would be up to Rafał Majka to try and sort things out for UAE Emirates. Nairo Quintana launched an attack on that final climb, the Col du Granon, rising out of Serre Chevalier, a narrow, windy road with gradients well above 10% in places. Vingegaard would go straight past Bardet. Majka done, and Pogačar showing weakness for the first time in his career. Vingegaard getting past Quintana and moving into the yellow virtual jersey. Even Yates and Gaudu were getting the better of a Pogačar in crisis, and Jonas Vingegaard rode on and finished the job. An appointment with history. Jumbo-Visma having the courage to take it on 60 kilometres from the finish on some of the toughest roads that the Tour de France had ever presented its contestants. A first Tour de France stage win for him. The 39 seconds past, he was in the yellow jersey. Nairo Quintana moved up in the general classification, as did Romain Bardet. Frenchman now on the podium. Geraint Thomas into fourth. Quintana down in fifth. Tadej Pogačar losing almost 3 minutes on the road, and after a stage for the ages, he'd now be 2 minutes and 22 seconds behind in third position. Jonas Vingegaard, at 25 years of age, will be the new leader. Victory by almost a minute from Quintana, a minute and 10 from Bardet, with Thomas and Gaudu in the top five. Yates finishing ahead of Pogačar, who really slipped and slid down into seventh on the day. Exhausted, but still gentlemanly in his congratulation. Great sportsmanship shown at a new yellow jersey. A perfect day for cycling, one that will rarely be bettered. Entertainment to the end. Vingegaard the new leader. A 2 minute 16 lead over Romain's teammate. Wout van Aert was up the road, and just under 40 kilometres remained when Tadej Pogačar put in the first of several attacks. Unable to get rid of Vingegaard, however, the attacks came and no result came. On to the final descent of the day, one of the trickiest in the Tour, and a hiccup for Vingegaard. He had an issue, Pogačar attacked. Pogačar then had an issue. Vingegaard would be the man to wait, very sportingly. A fine rivalry. Off the bike, a friendly one. Gentlemanly conduct on that final descent. Geraint Thomas once again distanced, but he'd once again ride his own race and hang on safely to that third spot. And once Kuss was done, Van Aert was there to lend a hand. This was the moment that Jumbo-Visma were going to win the Tour. This was the moment, with 4.5 kilometres to go, that a gap opened up between Vingegaard and Pogačar. At this point, putting in around a minute to Pogačar. Vingegaard victorious in yellow, and barring any bizarre turnaround, on his way to winning the Tour de France in 3 days. Pogačar didn't stop fighting, but losing a minute and 4 seconds on the line. Another further 4 bonus seconds, with Wout van Aert putting in one of the performances of his career. Geraint Thomas continued to ride on. A great Tour at 36 years of age. And David Gaudu having a very good day. he'd move from 5th to 4th. The podium, though, not looking that close a possibility. Two warriors fighting for yellow. Last year, Pogačar. This year, it looks like being Vingegaard's year. And how fitting with this year's Tour de France, having started in Vingegaard's native Denmark. 1:04 is margin of victory on the day. Van Aert third on the top of an all-category mountain stage. That in the green jersey as well. Geraint Thomas, David Gaudu in the top 5 on the day. And Jonas Vingegaard with a yellow jersey that fits him even better, with 2 flattish stages and a time trial still to go. A very handsome lead of 3 minutes and 26 seconds now over Pogačar, with Thomas in third at 8 minutes. Good celebrations just behind them for Team Jumbo-Visma. Wout van Aert not deciding to contest the sprint this year, instead rolling home with Jonas Vingegaard, who won the Tour de France, ahead of Tadej Pogačar and Geraint Thomas, finishing on the podium at 36 years of age. Super scenes on the Champs-Élysées, and Jonas Vingegaard, the first Danish winner since 1996. The final top 10 looking like this. Gaudu 4th, Vlasov in 5th on debut, with Quintana taking home another top 10. Jonas Vingegaard was also the king of the mountains. The 3rd year running that the GC winner was also the race's best climber.